one of my sisters was really hesitant to join me. And I said, you come in and work with me, change your fucking lifestyle. It's a very positive environment. And I was adamant that she was going to absolutely love it. But there was a lot of fear, and she didn't believe that she could do this work. She's great at giving advice to her friends, but she was doubting that she could actually do this in this kind of environment. A year and a half later, she's a fucking machine. She is ridiculous. Like, she's blowing her own mind because she didn't know how amazing she was. But there are constant experiences that we go through where she sends me a message and she's like, how do we do this? And I'm like, fucking hell, you should know this already. And then I stop myself and I'm like, well, obviously she doesn't, bro. So fucking tell her so she knows, so she doesn't have to ask you again. Then there are failures. Then there are things that happen. And then you got to check in and you got to go, why is this happening? This shouldn't be happening. You should know how to do this. And then what happens? We learn from that, and then it never happens again. And then she becomes better, wiser, more powerful. I don't know if I can do it. Of course you don't know if you can do it because you're not doing it. I'm Luke, and you're listening to the Luke Mind Power Podcast. What's up, everyone? How you doing? Hope you're doing amazing. It's a blessing to be alive, and you're tuning in to the number one motivational podcast in the freaking world with Luke Mind Power. I am your host. I've been your host since day one, and this episode is going to change your life. Every single moment in your life is an opportunity for you to change your life. That is the power that you have. Time is the most taken for granted commodity on this freaking earth. And I just want to remind you again that we only really appreciate the fact that we have wasted so much time after the fact. Because, you know, I even went to see my uncle, who I haven't seen for a while, my mum's brother, and we were talking, and, you know, he goes, where is the time gone? He goes, one day you wake up and, you know, he's got grandkids now, and once upon a time, the grandkids were once his kids. All of a sudden you wake up and, you know, 20, 30 years has gone by. And that's why I keep emphasizing, like, my job as well is to continue to help you to, like, push yourself. What am I doing? And many of us get really stuck in this rabbit hole of really unconscious behavior where we just think that there is only one route. There's only one way to live your life. That, you know, what you're at right now, what you're doing right now, where you're at right now, what you've created right now, that's all there is. And the truth is there's so much more. I'm not going to judge you if you decide to stick to a particular path and go that direction and stay like that for the rest of your life. And you can sit there and go, well, that's my calling, or that's what I'm meant to do. And okay, I'm taking risks in a sense where my action and what I do in my life is continuing to expand the possibilities in my life, which is opening up the doors for so many people around me. Because whether you're working with me, whether you're a friend, whether you're an old friend, whether you're a family member, you're witnessing the expansion of Luke Klebovich. The expansion of my energy is creating a ripple effect on everyone around me, everybody who tunes in on social media. This is the power of these platforms, to witness the growth, to open your mind to the possibilities that if something is possible for one person, is something possible for me, then it's possible for you. And as I keep expanding and growing, it opens your eyes, it opens your mind, it opens your heart. It makes you think. You can't help, if you've been following me for even like a week, and what you've been witnessing so far on my social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you're constantly seeing action. You're constantly seeing me show up and record podcast episodes. Why? I'm staying consistent. I'm disciplined. I'm showing up for myself. I'm living in my purpose. I'm living in alignment. When you're living in alignment, it's not difficult. You can't help but stay in alignment because it's your true authentic self. This is the one thing that we're not picking up on. It's not as hard to live your dream as it is as hard to get up and go to a job that you fucking don't even like, but you're just doing it because you have to make money, right? You got to put food on the table. You got to pay your rent. But when you're in alignment, yeah, sure, there's still days where you get up and you're like, oh, fuck, you know, I wouldn't mind just chilling out and just like sleeping in or, you know, whatever. But nah, bro, I got appointments to get up to. You know, I got to go to the gym. I got to do things that sometimes I don't like to do. But it's not always about when you feel, as I mentioned in the last episode, when you feel like you feel like you can do it. It's not about feeling. It's about doing. But it's so much easier when you're in alignment, when you're in your purpose, right? When you're living your best life, when you're doing what you love, when you're in flow. And when you're in flow, guess what? There ain't no resistance. And that's where you feel free. When you're going in the right direction, when you're not, there's no resistance to what you're doing in your life. That's where everything changes. So your fight is to pay attention to where you're at right now and really question yourself. You know, how do I feel? Who am I surrounding myself with? What am I doing? Is what I'm doing fulfilling me? What kind of fears do I have that I haven't expressed or that I haven't shared or that I haven't healed from or that I'm scared of or that I'm afraid of? What are those? Because most of the time, on the other side of fear is your greatness. On the other side of fear is your best life. Because again, time is money. Time is valuable. It's the most precious commodity. You can't go to a supermarket and buy time. Go into one of those shops and go up to one of the sales clerks and go, excuse me, I've been fucking doubting myself for the last 5 years. I was wasting a lot of my life because I didn't believe in myself. I'm wondering if you could tell me the aisle to go to so that I can buy that last 5 years back. Would you be able to do that for me? I wonder if they'd tell you which aisle to go to get that 5 years back. That's the truth, man. You can't buy it back, so stop fucking wasting it. Stop expecting things to change when they're not going to change. Stop thinking that people are going to think like you and eventually they'll come around. No, they won't come around. You need to come around. You need to come around to yourself. You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because if you don't check yourself, other people ain't going to freaking show up for you. They're not going to change for you. The change happens by change, not by chance. It's not lucky. You're not going to get lucky. Oh, one day things are going to just work out for me. If I don't change, maybe it'll just work out for me. No, it fucking won't work out for you. You need to show up. You need to make these changes. You need to have a look and take inventory. Do a stock take of your life. Like you have a pantry or you have some place like a fridge or another fridge, like go and have a look in your fucking fridge and have a look and see what kind of toxic shit or what kind of things that you're tolerating or allowing in your life that you know you got to stop. What kind of boundaries do you need to set so that you can protect your energy and protect your peace so that you can have more time, freedom and energy for yourself so you can grow and become healthier and become better so you can live your freaking best life. Take some inventory of that shit. You need to do an inventory of what you need to get rid of in your life. Oh, too many fucking people. Oh, answering the phone too many times. Oh, wasting too much time fucking watching the news. Oh, watching all these movies all the time, freaking that are not helping you grow and become a better version of yourself. Not sleeping enough. Oh, leaving your phone next to your bed and freaking being on your phone the whole time and that's interrupting your sleep. Saying yes when you want to say no. Protect your energy, man. Some people just don't know it. And then it says, okay, relax. If you're triggered or if you're hearing me right now and you're like, why is this guy talking to me? And it's like, it's okay, man. Like if you heard it, if this is the first time you listen to the Luke Mind Power podcast, if first time you've met me, then it's cool, bro. Like just chill. If you keep listening, I'll keep helping you become aware of the things that you're doing in your life that are draining your energy. Because if you're being drained, then you're being depleted. And if you're being depleted, eventually your body's going to be in a dysfunctional state and it's going to get sick, going to have a panic attack, going to go into depression, going to feel like shit, going to go on a low vibration. And then you're going to go, what the fuck happened? What happened to me? I'll tell you what happened. Giving away too much. Not receiving. There's no balance in your life, man. You need to have a balance of giving and receiving. So many of us, we're giving love, giving to people that don't give it back. Let me find this post because I saw someone reply to this on Instagram and they were like, yeah, it doesn't work like that. All right, let me explain to you how it fucking works. And I was sharing this post from my dear friend, Jackie Ramirez. And it says, be a reflection of what you'd like to receive. If you want love, give love. If you want truth, be truthful. If you want respect, give respect. What you give out will return to you. That's not to say what you give out is going to come back from the same people. No, sometimes it comes back from other people, other sources. Don't always think and expect that it's going to come back from, like, for example, you could give $100 to someone less fortunate than you. Don't expect that the $100 is going to come back from that poor person. No, it's going to come back because what you get, what you focus on. When you focus on being a good person and giving and being kind, it's all you're focusing on. Guess what? You will see it come back in many other ways through many other people, through many other forms. That's the purpose of it. But you have to be aware of who you're giving your energy and your time to. It's a difference between giving to charity and non-profit organizations and being a philanthropist or something like that. That's different. But I'm talking about the people in your life, who you work with, your friends, your family. Some people just take. So you could be giving, but the energy that you're surrounded by is not giving back at all. So there you're going to be depleted. And some people are really good energy vampires. They will suck you dry. Pay attention to the relationships that you have in your life, because if they're not being balanced and it's not a reciprocation of energy, giving, receiving, you have to find that balance within yourself. Find the balance within yourself. Because if you don't give, you won't receive. I had to give. I give all the time. This podcast I do for free. I'm not charging for this podcast, giving my time, giving my energy. I'm not saying, hey guys, if you want to listen to my podcast, I'm going to charge for you. No, I'm doing it. All of my social media platforms, I'm sharing, I'm giving. And let me tell you, when you give and you keep giving and you over deliver and you keep giving, the universe watches you, sees you, the energy that you put out, it comes back. I don't dance and then give and then I'll receive anything. I'm putting out so much good energy that I have a thriving business. The universe is like, Luke, wow, thank you so much for putting out so much good energy, and people are loving your work and loving your positive vibes and loving your good energy. I'm going to reward you. Here's another client. Here's another client. Here's another client. Now you've got enough so that you can have a team. Oh, wow. Thank you. Another reward. I can afford to actually have people work with me now. I can pay them to work with me. Wow. Now I'm saving more people's lives because I'm creating a positive workspace environment so people actually love what they do. They love where they work. Wow. How does that work? What, did that just happen all of a sudden? No, it happened because I gave. I gave my time. I'm using these social media platforms not to lose myself in what the fuck's going on around the world and fill my mind up with negativity and bullshit, but I'm using this platform to spread hope, positivity, and certainty that you're here, you have greatness within you, and you're here to live your fucking best life. Nothing else. If you keep listening, you keep surrounding yourself with this kind of energy, you will discover your purpose if you haven't already. Right? I ain't just speaking to the people who are challenged right now, who are going through a bit of adversity, who things aren't working out for. I'm talking to the people who are successful. You tapping into this frequency right now, guess what? Your life is about to transform even more. Your life, you're going to get into more alignment, more flow, more power, more greatness than you didn't even know about. You didn't even know you had more of this potential because you haven't tapped into this frequency yet, because everybody is different and you've got to take some action to connect with what resonates with your soul. And this is what this is all about, right? Connect, balance, right? Give, receive, pay attention to what it is that really fuels you, what resonates with you. Stay close to that. Stay close to that which fuels you. How are you filling yourself up so you're overflowing all the time? So that when you pour, you don't pour and become empty, drained, depleted, disconnected, disassociated, because that's what happens. Depleted, disconnected, disassociated, dysfunctional, all this shit. Why? Because we have poured too much and now we have nothing for ourselves. So your body will react. Your body will say, hey, man, where's all the energy? I can't function. Well, I'm going to have a freaking heart attack, or I'm going to have a panic attack. I'm going to put you in such a low mood because I'm going to wake you up that something is wrong, so that you go, oh, I'm not feeling the best. I don't know what's going on. Something's happened. Pay attention, bro. Seriously, listen to your body. Your body talks to you. It's a different language, but listen. And the more that you listen, the more that you can give it what it needs. When I talk about self-love, when I bring psychology into it, when I bring therapy into it, I still haven't interviewed some really big names that are psychologists and stuff like that. But I'm connected with a few, so I should reach out to them and get them on the podcast. I know that it will come with a lot of backlash because I'm overriding this kind of therapy, psychology and going to see a therapist and all that kind of shit because of the work that I do. But I just want to share something because I posted a video on my social media platforms about self-love being the cure to your healing. And I say self-love is the secret to success. I've mentioned this time and time again. So I posted this video And I'm saying in this video that, conventional therapy psychologists are not pushing their clients and people who are working with them enough to learn to love themselves first before doing the work to heal their trauma and pain. So it's like I have to kind of be prepared for this as well, because like people definitely are going to be triggered by the things that I say. And I definitely know myself that I'm not the best under pressure with that kind of shit. If I like kind of am being probed or pushed to give an answer under pressure, I kind of freeze up as well. Like that's how I am, about their previous therapy that they've gone through that didn't work. Like I'm not speaking from making up bullshit. I'm sharing this because it's fucking what I'm experiencing, what I'm going through with people. So it's like, well, but this is what people are telling me. I remember one person telling me, I thought that when I was going to this psychologist that I thought they were going to heal me. They had that mindset that they're going to heal me. And I was like, yeah, well, fucking obviously not. That's not how it works. You got to take action. You got to put in the work. And so the amount of results that I get with people, and that how many people have told me that I can't believe this. Like the amount of success that I'm getting with you versus what I was getting with a therapist is ridiculous. How is this possible? And I'm like, fucking, what the fuck are they teaching? What are they doing? So this person responded to this video that I posted, and she wrote, please don't put yourself above sciences, which you don't know well. Do you have a doctorate from psychology? If not, exercise more modesty, please. Now I'm putting myself in her shoes, and it's all good, man. I get it. I know where she's coming from, because I don't have a university degree. I haven't studied psychology. I haven't done any of that shit. It's like my personal trainer, after he saw me speak in Dubai, we're at the gym, and he's like, hey man, how did you learn all this shit? Like, how did you become like the way you are? How do you know all this stuff about psychology? And, I actually like stopped for a moment. I think I've talked about this before, but I stopped for a moment. I was like, yeah, how did I figure this shit out? And I was like, well, because I had so much doubt. I had so much insecurity. I had so much negative thinking over such a long period of time. So my level of self-awareness over time built up so much that I was done with letting my mind control me, which led me down this massive road of introspection, personal development, understanding the way psychology, understanding how my mind works, how I think, how I feel, my past trauma, my past pain, my past insecurities, why I feel the way that I feel. So I did a lot of research on myself, on my family, my parents' parents, and then I discovered that it's the relationship with yourself that's missing, which is self-love. There's no other reason why you would want to heal yourself if you don't love yourself, because if you hate yourself or you're not happy with yourself, why the fuck would you want to help yourself? I'm just saying. Am I speaking facts or what? I know I am. This person, okay, is basically saying, no, you're not able to talk like that. Only someone who has a piece of paper, who has studied for 4 years or 5 years or 6 years or whatever it is the only person that's allowed to tell you how you can heal. Funny enough, the universe responded, and somebody else decided to reply to that comment. Because the truth is, no response is a response from me. I don't like to engage too much with, I don't look, to be honest, I don't have the time to sit there and reply to everyone. I just, I'm doing my best to create the content for you and to be here for you guys. But even on YouTube, I do my best. I go and like everybody's comments. Sometimes I'll reply a couple of words or whatever. But as you can probably appreciate, my time is really scarce, and I'm trying my best to like get to every platform and post my content and share it. And I know that I'm doing a good job, but this person in particular responded to this post, right? And she wrote, "This is really true. I have a master's of science in counseling, mental health, in brackets. As a licensed therapist and a clinical leader, You have to have self-love in order to believe you are worth the work it takes to heal. The next step is doing the work to heal. So I didn't need to respond because this person responded for me. And again, I mean, that response makes sense to me because that's exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm not here to convince you otherwise. If you don't believe what I'm talking about, you don't have to. Because the truth is, whatever you think, you are right. You know, just like Henry Ford with that quote, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right, because thinking makes it so. You become what you think about, and what you think about is your truth. So my job is not to be against you. I'm not against you. I'm actually for you. If you don't agree with me or you don't agree with the things that I say or what I talk about, I'm with you. That's trippy, eh? That's crazy shit, eh? Like you would think like, oh, like you only want to hang around with the people that are like-minded or the people that do support you. And it's like, but what about the people that don't like what you talk about? Well, then don't listen to what I'm talking about. But I'm not telling them that they're wrong. That's your truth, man. I'm with you. I support you. Believe in what you think is right for you. How beautiful is that? It's amazing, eh? Such a free feeling. There's no resistance from me. I'm not trying to justify myself. I'm just being myself, allowing myself to be authentic. And the more that I'm authentic, the more I'm in flow, the more I follow my soul. And that's why I have so much peace, because I'm not going against my true innate self. And the more that you can do that, the more that you can step into this superpowered confidence, as I call it, the more that you will liberate yourself. You know, one of the things that I say is that when you step into the fire of self-love, it will not burn you. It will only liberate you from everything that you're not. That the purpose of building a healthy, loving relationship with yourself is to unlearn all of the bullshit that has happened to you, all of the pain, all of the conditioning, all of the indoctrination, all of the programming that has caused you to be in a disconnected and disassociated, dysfunctional state of who it is that you truly are not. That's the purpose, so that you can step into your true, authentic self, because that is where your freedom is. That's where your purpose is. That's where your gifts are. That's where your magic is. To be so self-aware of your thoughts and what you plant and what you consume that fuels you, motivates you, helps you to stay in alignment, doesn't deter you or cause you to feel fear and disconnection and self-doubt, which is what most of the world is trying to put out there. Don't get lost, because your job, if you want to continue to grow and become that better version of yourself, is to stay on a high vibration, because a high vibration is going to make you feel good. A high vibration is peaceful. High vibration is gratitude. A high vibration is love. And when you stay in this peace and this love, you feel powerful. You feel amazing. You want to live your dreams. You do wake up better than feeling depressed and unworthy and unhappy and traumatized and hurt. You don't want to get up and go to work, but sometimes you got to do it because you don't have a choice, because otherwise you can't put food on the table. Because someone needs to learn a little bit more about what they're not aware of within themselves. Because many people can be out of alignment, just not being aware what's possible for them, not being aware that there's something else out there, not being aware that they do have greatness within them, but they just haven't taken the time to give themselves a little bit more appreciation, a little bit more time, a little bit more healthy boundaries, protecting your energy, protecting your peace, doing what's right for you, even when you feel guilty for doing so, putting yourself first. I tell all my clients, be ready for judgment. Be ready to be judged. Be ready for people to not agree with you. Be ready for your family and your friends to leave you. Be ready for them to call you crazy, think that you're stupid or that you don't know what you're doing. Be ready for that, because that's part of the process of growth. Remember that your job is not to convince anyone. Okay, I know that when you start to grow and you start to tap into this new energy, this new frequency, this new level of self-awareness, you're going to want to tell people because you're going to feel good. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm feeling so amazing. I'm discovering my true calling, and I'm feeling good, and this is working for me, and I'm making some positive changes. And you start things start changing very quickly. It's new people coming into your life. You start seeing shit, start seeing signs, 11, 11, 22, 22, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 9, 9, 9. You start seeing signs happening all the time. And then you're like, oh my gosh, this is things are changing. And then guess what happens? You get so excited. You want to tell your friends, and you're like, oh my God, you should see what's going on, and you should see what I'm doing. And I just starting doing this program, and I'm listening to this podcast. You should listen to it. And then what happens is you get disappointed. Hopefully your sharing and your excitement does inspire them straight away. But it's very likely, as I've learned, that it won't, because not everybody is ready to receive your message. The truth is, many people will hear you, but they won't hear you because you're on a different frequency. You see, everything is vibration, right? And some people are on this level and you're up here, and you're trying to give them this information that's up here that they're not ready to receive yet. And so there you are, pouring. You're like, hey, look, take this. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? But they're like, oh, thanks so much. Yeah, wow, nice. Thank you. Not everyone is ready to receive the energy that you have to give. There is a door that you have to walk through. And that door has only been made for you. You see, but we're trying to take everyone with us because we're getting excited. You know, we're like, oh my gosh, I'm on this new journey. Everything's happening, and I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing, and I'm changing. And you're trying to take it because you want to. Like, that's how nice and kind you are. You have a big heart. You want to give, right? You're like, yeah, but I want you to join me. I want you to enjoy this journey as well. It's so amazing. Like, come. These are best friends. These are people that you've known for your whole life. These are family members, and you're like excited. You're like, come with me. And as much as you try to tell them to come, like, you're finding that they're not listening, or they're not paying attention, or they're not on your level. And so you're trying to take them through this doorway that was only created to fit you. And if you go onto my YouTube channel, you actually see the video that comes up at the beginning on the main page, and that's my talk that I did in Dubai. And I talk about this, and I show you rather than just telling you, which is something that I learnt from Lisa Nichols as I did many speaking programs with her. And then I said, and then once you have reached that next level of success, and you've taken care of yourself, and you've become who you're meant to be, then you can come back through that doorway and reach out to all the people that you couldn't take with you at the start. And that's the power of the journey. There are a few things that you need to sacrifice in order for you to grow, for you to step into your greatness. And some of these sacrifices come with leaving people where they are. That's the hard part. Especially when you've grown up with amazing people, friendships, your family. And the truth is that just because there is this strong emotional bond and connection with others, that's why it's so hard, because it's like a breakup. It's almost grief as well that you have to go through. You're tearing, like an umbilical cord. You're cutting it in half and saying, my purpose, my greatness, my truth, my dreams are more important. And so you have to make that decision. It's a really hard one because you got to leave people where they are. So when you go on this journey, it takes a lot of courage, man. It takes a lot of confidence, a lot of belief in yourself. You got to really feel it, that it's right for you and what you're really doing. And sometimes it's scary because you can't really see, even though you can imagine your future, you can imagine your dream, you can imagine what you're manifesting, you can imagine what you're working towards, but it hasn't manifested yet. It's not actually in your reality. So, you can almost think like, yeah, what if it doesn't work out? I'm leaving all these people behind. I don't have time for all these people, but what if it doesn't work out? It's scary. I get it. But the truth is, it will come to pass. If you keep going and you keep tuning in and staying in alignment with your truth and what it is that you're working towards, no matter what happens, if you don't quit, it will manifest. It will come to pass. So have faith in the process. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in that which you believe in, and Keep striving for that and learning through the mistakes. And remember that the failures that you go through this journey, it's a part of the process. It's really important, you know. There's so many things that you need to go through that help you to grow. And you have to learn from these mistakes all the time. The more that you learn, the more you grow. And that's something you have to be open to. Be open to the fact that I'm ready to grow and I'm going to fail. Don't try to be a perfectionist, because perfectionism is not going to get you the success that you need in order for you to be able to serve at the level that you're going to be serving. Because, see, you don't know the untapped potential that you have that is needed for you to be able to deliver the power and the service and the greatness that you have to the rest of the world. And so that's why there's a process that you need to go through. And that's why there's all the failures that you need to experience, which is your knowledge, your wisdom, that you then implement into the next phase of your success. They say knowledge is power. Yes, it is. But execution trumps knowledge every day of the week. Your execution, as you keep growing and going on this journey, is the execution of the failures, which becomes the knowledge that you have. Wow. Brilliant. So use that continuously. And as you keep doing that and growing, what happens? You're living in fulfillment. You keep living in alignment because you're learning the lessons. As one of my sisters was really hesitant, her name's Christine, she's freaking powerful, really hesitant to join my team. And I was just adamant. I was like, nah. I said, you're coming and work with me. I don't give a shit. Change your fucking lifestyle. You know, I said, you're working hours that you want to work. You don't have to go to some other job. You can do this from wherever you want, work from wherever you want around the world, and you're going to love it. It's a very positive environment. And I was adamant that she was going to absolutely love it. But there was a lot of fear, and she didn't believe that she could do this work. But I knew deep down that she has this powerful gift. She's great at giving advice to her friends, but she was doubting that she could actually do this in this kind of environment. A year and a half later, she's a fucking machine. She is ridiculous. Like, she's blowing her own mind because she didn't know how amazing she was. But the reason why I'm bringing her up is because there are constant experiences that we go through where she sends me a message and she's like, how do we do this? Or why is this happening? And I'm like, fucking hell, you should know this already. And then I stop myself and I'm like, well, obviously she doesn't, bro. So fucking tell her so she knows, so she doesn't have to ask you again. But then there are mistakes. Then there are failures. Then there are things that happen. And then you got to check in and you got to go, why is this happening? This shouldn't be happening. You should know how to do this. And then what happens? We learn from that, and then it never happens again. And then she becomes better, wiser, more powerful. Like the amount of shit that she knows now versus what she knew when she started, there was the fear. I don't know if I can do it. Of course you don't know if you can do it because you're not doing it. Be open to make mistakes, because the failures is where you learn. The failures is where you grow. It's the magic. It's the juice that really is in the journey. And you need all that juice. And that's why your journey becomes so juicy, because you take in all this juice and you're just like, yeah, man, this is good. I'm soaking all this up. This is tasty because I'm learning from it. I'm not allowing the fear of failure to control me. I'm allowing my action to speak. And then you create the reality that you want to live because you're not letting fear control you. That's how amazing it is. But honestly, guys, I just want to also mention how grateful I am to have so many, amazing people from all around the world. And I really do. If you're listening to this, you're amazing. You have something special. You have greatness within you. There's no other reason why you're tuning into this podcast, why you're listening to this podcast. And I truly believe that the more that you pay attention, the more that you tune in, the more you listen, the more you share, the more you give. The amount of times I've shared content, the amount of times I've learned from other people, it's one of the reasons why I'm here. And the more that we spread this positivity and share this kind of energy, this is how we change the world. Not being the person that's pointing the finger at other people. Be the leader. Be an example. Shine your fucking light. Speak your truth. Stand up for yourself. Spread more love and positive energy out there. Stop being all quiet and shit. And I know that maybe you're sitting in the dark and I'm being that sunshine for you right now. And you're coming out of it, bro. You're coming out of it. And if you're a woman, I'm calling you bro too. It's just my lingo. Eh? I'm just being cool. I'm just being me. And I hope that you enjoy this episode. Guys, make sure that if you're in California, 28th and 29th of September, get the tickets from my website. The link is in the description below, or you can go on my website, lukemindpower.com/live events or /home. Type it in on Google, Luke Mindpower. You'll find my website. Go and buy yourself some tickets. Or if you can't join us live at Laguna Beach, then get the virtual tickets, because you can access the virtual. It's a 2-day live event, the Quantum Success Leadership Summit in Laguna Beach in California. Okay. I'm going to be there for 2 days. And actually, we're getting some new tickets available. This is a secret. I haven't even told Suzanne that I'm going to share this, but she told me a couple of days ago, and she's like, we're going to do a VIP day before the 2 days. For anyone who wants to become a more powerful speaker and who wants to enhance and improve and amplify their speaking skills on stage. So if that's you, then pay attention and stay tuned, because I'm going to be offering, and there's only going to be a very small number of tickets for that day before the 2-day event, for anyone who is interested in changing their way of delivery and learning different strategies and techniques on how to engage with the audience and speak on stage. So that's going to be fucking powerful. So I'm super excited to share that. But if you want tickets, guys, go to my website, lukemindpower.com/home. Click on the live events tab and you'll find that event in Laguna Beach. There's also the event coming up on the 26th of August in Sydney, in Penrith, which is the Heat Fitness Yoga Retreat. It is going to be freaking amazing. And I'm going to be speaking there as well. There's another event that I'm doing in Melbourne as well. So stay tuned on my website, and I'll be sharing it on my Instagrams anyway. When the events are coming up, I'll have the link there for you to click on to buy the tickets. But funny enough, one of my amazing clients, her name's Angela. She has been, she's been hustling since last year, working with me in my program. And I was talking to her the other day, and I'm like, hey, organize an event in Melbourne and I'll fucking come. Go. Do it. And she's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, come on. I ain't fucking wasting time. Let's take action. Let's make it happen. I'm going to be speaking in Melbourne as well. So anyone who's in Melbourne, watch out, because I'll be there soon, which is going to be phenomenal. And let's make our dreams come true, because you have the power to do that. You are the creator of your destiny. Okay. And I believe in you and I love you, and I'm not going to stop doing this shit. I'm just going to keep speaking my truth, empowering you, so that more of you step up and overcome your past and that negative voice in your head that's not your voice, so that you can have more mental clarity, more peace, so that you can follow your dreams, because they know the way. And the more peace you have, the more power you'll have to be able to actually execute on that without this dead weight from the past holding you back. Okay? All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Peace out. See ya. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and growth. If you're ready to grow and reach your full potential and find inner peace, send me a DM that says, I want inner peace, and I'll send you the next steps. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. When you change your mind, you change your whole life. So don't hesitate and send that DM over to me. Myself and my team can't wait to meet you and witness your transformation in full glory. See you next week.